Okay, welcome back. In this part we're going to be going over level 6 and possibly more as well. This place is kind of... there's a lot of enemies that will get in your way, and it's very hard to see where you're going. But I'll show you the path. So there's a little shortcut there you can take, and there's another one coming up here if you just continue to hold upright. You should automatically move through it. These rooms, you want to kind of use the bubbles as a guide to see where you can go, and you're trying to head left. As indicated by, there's kind of a darker tile on the edge of the screen here, or a bluish tinted tile. Here you can just hold up and left, and you'll take the right path. Here, the path kind of goes through the center of these 3x3 squares. Well, actually not just the 3x3 ones, but yeah. Dig Doggy gets in your way, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Here you can hold up and left again. Here you want to kind of follow them up to the top here, and that was actually almost really good. I'm getting better at remembering the rough shape of the paths. Your sword will probably be gone after that room. That's okay. There'll be an opportunity to get it back. You shouldn't need to fight anything on the way anyway. Just stun things if you need to. P-hats are annoying. You can't stun them while they're flying. Just try to avoid them as best you can and not take damage. I don't think they usually knock you back, so... Anyway, you want to head left here. This room flashes through colors. You can kind of see the outlines of blocks. You want to head into here. There's a... this is the blue bubble you want to hit. Okay. So if you can... use the, Oop. Getting a clock in here is very, very good because it will freeze all the enemies, obviously. You want to use arrows on this thing because it kills them instantly. It's a Pulse voice. If you're familiar with that from Zelda 1, it's just reskinned. Here we have a heart piece, and then straight up here we have the Lens of Truth, and that is another split. And then, the creator of this game, when he has speedrun this, has continued after getting the Lens of Truth. I'm pretty sure it's faster to just walk back this way. If you do want to do that, then I'm not actually familiar with that route, but you can look at his speedrun, which I guess I'll link in the description as a result. Oops. So here you... I did not click outside the window game. You want to kind of go back the way you came, but then take this left branch. Actually, I can show you with the Lens of Truth. You can kind of see the path here. If you're having a hard time remembering the paths, then it can be useful to do a casual playthrough where you learn the progression. But yeah. So for a long time, super bombs were the last thing on our list after, like, before the boomerang. I like to think of the boomerang as the start of the list because it's in the top left. It's obviously really kind of more like a ring, but yeah, now we've actually replaced it with the Lens of Truth, and soon it's going to be replaced with another item as well. So you want to ignore those enemies as best you can, head up here. And you can see how with all this on your mind, it would be difficult to remember stuff like flame cancelling, and there I messed it up anyway. But... If you're able to get used to this, then it's a good thing to remember to do. Here, because you spawn here, you're aiming for the room that is above you, and to do that you need to go either left, up, and right, or right, up, and left. Because you start over here, it's faster to go left. Sorry, a lot to cover. And you want to just kind of take the shortest path you can. Here, I forgot to mention something. We're playing in Zelda Classic version 253. You can play this in any version from... Well, if you're playing both parts, then it'll be best to do from 192. But, yeah, there's multiple different versions of the program with different betas and such. I like to play in version 253, just kind of the standard release of that. And the reason for that is that there is a bug in that version that seems to be fixed in 255 that lets you damage lets you damage Dark Nuts with a hookshot like that. Being able to stun them from the side is normal. I think in older versions you couldn't, but yeah. What I'm doing right now, damaging it with the hookshot, that is not possible in older versions. Or later versions, I believe. Sorry, it's not possible in newer versions, and I don't think it's possible in older ones either, but it's possible that the bug is actually older than I think. So it may be worth investigating, for example, 210 to see if the bug is there, and if there's anything useful for that. But 210 has a nasty tendency to spawn the wrong enemies in some rooms, which could lead to unpredictable bad results. So I don't currently recommend that. Anyway, head up here, walk around the giant computer. Here you want to go down because we're heading towards the mirror shield, which I forgot to mention. Forgot to display, I mean. These things cannot be stunned with the boomerang, so you want to stab them to give yourself iframes from them. Once again, we have more dark nuts. As you can see, the hookshot will keep extending, so it's good to try to get them up against a wall like this if you can. Okay. Unfortunately, if they're not facing you, then they won't get pushed back. So keep that in mind. Make sure you don't die to these. Then you want to head up here. Pick up the mirror shield. It'll warp you, so start heading down and left. Go back the way you came until the Dodongo room. And then you want to head to the very top of this room, avoiding the Dodongos, of course, if you can. Take this path. The land molar should never spawn up here. I've never seen it happen. Not in any of my playthroughs, not in anyone else's playthrough. If it does, I suppose I'm not sure what I would recommend. And then you want to head to the middle path here. And you want to wait to see... Oh, shit. That was bad. Okay, I actually forgot to walk off the edge of the screen here. You want to see if these things... Nope. If it comes towards you without shooting, then you want to run off. If it stops in place, that means it's going to shoot magic. The mirror shield will reflect back and kill them instantly, which is good. If these things aren't coming down to the middle, it's better to leave and reappear, because they're likely to respawn there. Okay. This is very RNG based, so don't be upset if it takes you a long time. Or at least don't blame yourself. Okay, that was... I think it was actually about to shoot right when it was next to me. Okay, that's how much damage they do. You can actually survive a hit from that, thankfully. Not from their magic, though, I don't believe, but... Goodness, this is some of the worst RNG I've seen on these. Okay. Push comes to shove. You can do the method that we did with the one in the woods, where you boomerang it, stab, stab, boomerang, stab, stab, but yeah, I don't know. I've never had this problem. Usually I just do this a few times and they'll kill themselves. Ah, shit, I was about to do it. Yeah, okay. You want to give them a lot of space to do that. Anyway. Let's split. So, you don't want to warp out of there. If you do, then your run is invalid, and you'll have to start over, because this is the only chance you get to view this cutscene. What you want to do is, wait for Grandpappy's text to scroll. You can hold down if you want. Hold down. As soon as text appears here, you can save, and you actually have to save. You'll notice now that your icon in the menu shows a black Bikdip. This is Bikdip. The cutscene basically involved Ganon telling Bikdip to go after the remaining Triforce pieces. So you're actually switching characters here. You get this is done by changing the palette of the character using an item called the Blue Ring, so you actually have double defense now. There would be an item in that left area, but it's invisible, basically. So yeah, you get that as soon as Ganon's text appears, so when that happens, you can save and quit. Do not do it any earlier than that, and don't try to hold down to skip through the screens of text, because you can do that later on. You'll get used to doing that for part 2, but if you do it here, you have a chance of walking off screen before the item appears, and you can actually miss it. That happened to me once, and it was terrible. So now my method is to go onto the screen, wait for Ganon to say it, and then immediately save and quit as soon as his text appears, because then you're safe. Anyway, now that you're Bikdip, we actually go back into level 1 at this point, because this is the best chance we have since we're back on the beach. The reason we do it now is basically just because you're stronger and have better equipment, so in theory you should be able to get through the small amount of combat here faster. With use of super bombs, it might not matter that much, but I like to do it here at least. You can rely on more than just the... oh my god. Theoretically, you can rely on more than just the boomerang and bombs here. You can actually use your sword. Also, the meaty will tend to glitch when you enter here this time, but not the other time. I have still yet to determine the cause of this. It seems to be a bug that is not got removed in 255, but... so yeah. Sorry. I was trying to think... sometimes I have these moments where mid-run I'm like, wait, why do I have to do that again? Also, you need to re-enter the code if you've done that. Anyway, I sometimes have these moments where I'm like, wait, am I stupid? Can I just skip this? And I always get this in level 1 where I'm like, wait, why do I need to go left again? Like, I have the key. But yeah, there's another key over there that you need to get. If not for that, then we could use this key to skip this part of the dungeon. That would be a good use of it, but unfortunately we can't. Anyway, here this room loops, so you can go left, push these blocks, and then as soon as you transition screens, hold right. Here we have, if you remember, there was a room just like this on the other side of the dungeon at the start of the run. You want to kill these, push this. See if I can get a flame cancel this time. I never get it. Oh, well that's blue candle, so no, never mind. Stupid. Can't use it. So I guess I'd use it here. Okay. Yeah, it's tricky to set up, and you have to switch the candle, which is a rarely used item, so... don't worry about it too much unless you already have a good time. I haven't even bothered to start using it yet. Anyway, here we get the red candle, which allows us to fire the flames from this thing more than once per screen. The reason you're supposed to get this is because... yeah, sorry, one moment. You want to switch to the whistle and then play it twice to reach the warp from level 6, which is the next thing that you need to do. That's the game's way of making sure that you've at least accessed the Bikdip cutscene. So you warp, and then you'll actually immediately push this thing without even having to press anything. Then you warp back. That opens up level 7 for us. To reach that, you need to actually go right from here. There's the entrance to level 6. And then head up like this. Oops. Oops. Head through here. And you actually want the Lens of Truth equipped here. You can just learn this path. I find it much easier to just use the lens. We have infinite money anyway, so... I believe you want to head to the bottom here. You want to head down. Again, I'd normally be doing this a lot faster. Once you reach here, you can stop and you switch back to boomerang, because it's kind of a straight shot. And then you... oh, that's never happened to me. You can just take this raft and enter level 7. So level 7 is my favorite in the game. You want to head down, enter the shed. You need to cut these grates open. Switch to super bombs. Try to get multiple with these if you can. So that was a shame. Anyway, now we have oop, forgot to mark off this. Now we have the hammer, which is the new final item in our list. Keep that in mind. You don't need it that much. You actually need it more so in level 7. Sorry, level 8. So we head up. Most of this should be pretty straightforward. This level involves a lot of switching between the boomerang for stunning enemies, super bombs for damaging them when you need to, or for doing this. Here's the other waffle I mentioned. The sword to... Oh, actually, you always need the sword. You always have the sword, sorry. You need the hook shot a lot. You need the candle at one point, so... There's a lot of item switching. Try to stay on top of it. If you need to, it can be faster to do this if you're not sure about like what you need. If you're like a beginner, but once you start to get used to what you need, I didn't actually need to push that. That was unnecessary. Oh, here, have the super bomb ready to plant like that. And you want to head right. Hit this button. And then head back through here. You want to head right to the bottom. Again. There's kind of a lot to keep in mind here in terms of like how to solve puzzles, but after a few tries you should kind of get used to it. So then you can head up here, head left. Oops, obviously don't hit the P-hats. Then you want to head down, right, and then down into a room that looks like this, and enter the first hole. Go straight up, and then around to this ladder. Head down, hit this button and fall in the pit straight above you. There's a lot of traveling between different floors in this game, so in this level I should say. Here, you can see more clearly that I'm kind of going half against the block to reduce the distance I'm moving. It's worth knowing when you have to bother with that and when you don't, so you can kind of take a little bit of a cognitive load off. Like, if you're going to be moving up, then you don't need to go up as much as you need, for example. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. So you want to go the same direction you went, except this time go right and jump into this first hole. And then you want to head up. I actually didn't used to be sure if up or down was faster, I'm now pretty sure that up is faster. Head over this way. And I'm stupid, I actually went the wrong way. Do not do what I just did. How did I mess that up? That's strange. I'm actually confused now. What did I do? Oh, that's right. I'm stupid. Yeah, you go down here first. My bad. My bad. Okay. So ignore what I just did. You want to head down and go this way. And as soon as you pick up this heart piece, you continue, and then you go up. That's right. Oops. Then you want to go right again. Make sure you avoid these holes and don't unnecessarily fall into any of them because you'll lose a lot of time. You want to go hug this wall and go up this ladder. Then you want to go in the... Oh, no, actually, this one you want to go in the right. Have the hook shot ready. That's not the hook shot. Here you want to go on the left. I believe now you can unequip that and switch to boomerang. As soon as you hit that button, continue. Slash, go down. There's a lot of continuing in this level, so make sure that it's not too uncumbersome to do that. Of course, you do it a lot in this run in general, but yeah. And that's a hotkey, so you can't actually change that unless you have some kind of like keyboard filter. Anyway, so you want to head this way, switch to hammer, which is the previous item from boomerang. Boomerang is not only a default because of where it is in the list, but also because you probably have it equipped when you don't need anything else. Anyway, so here, this is sort of a maze. You need to go down, right, up, And you can actually see on the map there beneath where it says level 7 that we're going to different rooms. Right. Right. So far that's down, right, up, right, right. Down. Left. Down. Left. You'll reach a room with a ladder on it. Head up that. You want to go into the middle route here. One of these buttons does nothing. One of them opens this thing temporarily, but then it closes when you leave the screen. The middle one is the one that keeps it open. If you see a pit, that means hookshot is coming up, so you can use that as kind of a thing if you want. When in doubt, try to line up with the block as much as possible. The worst thing to happen is something like this, or like this, especially. You can kind of go half on the block if you want, and that is actually faster. I don't believe you can do this on the top half, though. Yeah, so the important part is it has to hit the bottom of the thing. So try to keep that in mind. Oops. That was spiral button E, I believe. No, that was spiral button S. My bad. From here, you go right, because it's not symmetrical. Down, up. Use the hammer. Jesus. Use the hammer. Then hug this wall. Now I think about it, you actually want to go left from that ladder. So do as I say, not as I do, because then soon after that you're going to be heading left, so it's actually faster that way. So there you use the hook shot. I actually recommend using a super bomb on this. You can use a regular bomb, but it's directly across from the hook shot if you have that equipped, so which you will. Sorry, if you have super bombs, then use them, which again you should if you're refilling your bombs and money and health and stuff. Anyway, head up here, hit this button, and do not go back the way you came. This place has a weird mechanic where the... You'll see in a second. This thing closed, so you actually have to take the other path. It doesn't really make much of a difference. I'm not sure what the point of that puzzle is, but anyway. There you can see I failed because I touched the top of the thing. You want to hit the bottom. Hug the wall. And then, it doesn't look like it, but you can push this thing. Oh, I actually messed up. Yeah, don't go... These blocks move... they're kind of slippery. You'll find that some blocks that you can push are slippery and some are have a bit more friction to them. These ones are fairly slippery, so you want to make sure you do that. And that's the fastest way to the stairs. From here, go straight down. That makes it so that you do 2 of these long horizontal laps instead of 3. You can go down. This, I'm not really sure if there's a fast route through this. Let me check. Well, not check, but... I think this is probably the fastest route you can take. Anyway. This puzzle's kind of annoying. So it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It's 3 away in one direction. That's the path you want to take to burn the thing from the top like that and then pass through it. If you don't burn that, then you won't be able to hookshot through it. Go here and left. We previously opened this up. And then here you actually need to kill these enemies. One of very few kill enemy rooms in this level. Oh my god. Do not lose your sword here, that would be a bad time, because if you come up through here, you won't be able to slash this, and you have to save and quit. So make sure you have your sword. Actually, you do want a hookshot. Make sure not to walk up into those laptops, they'll take you to a place where you'll lose a lot of time. Basically it reads off a bunch of text for you. Do as I'm doing here with the puzzle. Oops. Once again, continue when they hit this button. And we've now... Your goal in this level, basically, is to hit 3 of those buttons surrounding the spiral in the middle. You actually have to hit 4, but one of them is, like, right next to the entrance anyway, so... This is probably also the fastest route there. You want to head right first, because that once again lets us skip a lap here. And then you can push this left. Yeah. And you want to go like that to avoid the enemies. Switch to hammer. You're heading up now, so keep that in mind. Ooh. Okay, you can kind of pass over those pits, depending on... They have a weird hitbox. Just avoid them, if you can. You should be able to do that without really losing any time. So here we take this path. That leads to a dead end because it's a troll. Here you want to head down, even though you were just on the top there. You want to head down, go like this. You want to go left. And then do not reset when you hit that button. You want to enter this. And now go through all of these different openings that we made. As soon as you hit this, oops, F6 continue. And then we want to head down this way and exit the way we came. The rest of the level is actually not really connected to this. You have to go outside and then it's a short walk to the bus. And also a sword upgrade, which is very nice, and you're definitely going to want that for the bus. Not much to say here, just walk directly here. That shed is pointless, it contains the map. Here, walking in water is... That's what we got, by the way, water walking down. Walking in water is slower than walking on land, so you want to minimize that as much as possible. Here, you want to line yourself up so that you are directly beneath this right part of the wall and directly left of here. You might be tempted to do it directly like here. That's a little too high. You want to do it like here so that the top of your head is kind of... I don't know how to explain it. It's like that. If you do that... Oop, slightly up. So you kind of see where I'm standing. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. You can move yourself a little bit. There you go. If you do that, then you'll get the magic sword. I used to have a lot of trouble with that, and just did now, but if I'm in an actual run, then nowadays I can usually get that pretty consistently. Here, have the boomerang, and then switch to bombs as you get here. Shit, press the wrong button. And you want to kind of do that. That's faster than waiting for the bomb blast. Anyway, you want to head to the very bottom of this. And here is Darknut 042. This guy will kill you in 2 hits if you have, if you're Big Dark, which you should be. So if he hits you at all, heal immediately. And what you this is going really poorly, but you want to kind of try to lead him down to these corners and slash him. You can try to slash him while he's like with the beam like that, but he has a decent chance of blocking it depending on where he is. So yeah, try to time your shot so you'll hit him. If possible, lead your shots. I'm not very good at doing that, so my runs of this are usually not super good. Ugh. Okay. I don't usually kill him before these guys get in the way, so anyway. As soon as you do that, get the heart, and then head up this way. Tried to minimize distance again. There I failed, but that's fine. So yeah. From here, you want to head up to Lancer. Remember, avoid that as much as possible. If you press the sword button while you're underwater, you'll kind of dive. So yeah, try to minimize water walking. Oh, so actually, let me explain something. As soon as you get that heart piece, you may want to try. This is an alternate route that it's a slight modification rather. I've tried to play the whistle to reach 6 because that should be faster than taking this, marginally. basically you're skipping walking over that water. But if you don't do that, you just go through here. I tried to do it only once because it occurred to me just as I was doing it, and then I forgot about it. But yeah, you basically want to head over here and then go left from this screen. No, you don't. My bad. You want to go down here, left from this screen. Down here. You can walk across this water, but it's slow, so try to minimize that. You want to head all the way over here. There's a lot of enemies here packed into a tight space, but try to ignore them. And you want to kind of go here. It's hard to... Really? Again? Okay. So, you want to press yourself flush up against the wall and be in line with this second rock. Again, it's the kind of thing where I don't really have setups for it. I just have a feel for where it is, but I tried my best to give a good description there. So then you want to head up this way. Oh, one moment. Sorry about that. My nose started bleeding. Anyway, you want to head up this way. Again, minimizing water here. Walk up this bridge and then go left. And you want to kind of do this motion if possible. That will save you having to use the hammer, which is slow. Oh shit. Okay. God, okay, I actually missed something. I would prefer not to have to re-record this, so instead I'm gonna show something. Oh wait, you actually can't warp to 6. You can walk close, though. Okay, so yeah, what you want to do is, this will apply for when you actually, if you use the warp method I described before, or if you use the rocks. Either way, you want to actually go past level 6. I forgot about this. I would blame it on the nosebleed, but this was before the nosebleed, so I don't know. Probably just from thinking too hard about it. This is kind of muscle memory for me. So you want to head up this way. Through this water. And once again, there's another theoretical route thing here. If you switch to the ocarina, I've never actually done this successfully, I've never tried, but yeah, this is peg leg arm HP. Pool HP was the one outside in the water, and then 500 water is what we got from the old lady on the island. If you can kind of... Okay, yeah, no, it's tricky to do. It might actually not even be possible, because of the way that water mechanics work, so... I would like it to be, but there's just kind of not enough space. The idea is just to warp to 6. So, whatever. Apologies if this part is a little bit more disjointed than the others. So I'm actually going to cut to the island again for a second. Okay, so this would be the last thing you'd have done. And what you want to do is you want to refill your rupees as soon as you get the wallet. This will be useful for later. And then walk back the way you came and go right across this bridge now. And then to minimize water, you want to do that. Switch to bombs. And the game doesn't like you placing bombs at the edge of the screen, so it's going to try to fight you here. What you want to do is kind of place it like that instead. Otherwise the game will fight you, and you don't really want that, so... That's Bay Cave Hot Piece. Realize I've kind of gotten a long segment here, but it's because this is the stuff you need to do before level 8. So you want to head up this way. Try to... the game doesn't like you entering or exiting water on a half tile. So, yeah, just try to avoid that. Anyway, then you go here, and you want to go down. Go straight down, avoid these levers or boomerang if you can. Down, down, up, and then right. You want to start walking along the water like this. Once again, dive if you need to avoid fireballs with the sword button. You want to head to this bottom left entrance, and this is where we'll be picking up next time with level 8. So thanks for watching.